In this video, I'm going to talk about critical period hypothesis. So very simply, frankly speaking, the critical period hypothesis is a hypothesis that by which age do we have to have a contact with a certain language in order to be native in the language. In this video, I'm going to talk about what the hypothesis is all about, very simply, and several factors surrounding related to this critical period hypothesis. And also, I would like to share with you my opinions and thoughts about this hypothesis. So critical period hypothesis is, as I told you, is a hypothesis that which claims that there is a certain age or period by which we need to have contact with a certain language in order to be native. For example, my first language is Japanese, and I have been learning English for 20 years. But as you hear my English, I'm non-native, okay? So you might hear non-native like accents or pronunciation in my English. In many parts, I make maybe grammatical mistakes because I'm not native English speaker. Although I started to learn English from the school from when I was 12, I still keep making a lot of mistakes in English. So considering that, although I have been learning Georgian for more than 8 years, and I work using the Georgian language as like working level, there are lots of moments when Georgian people kind of correct me, indicate that I make errors or mistakes in Georgian language. So at this moment, linguistically speaking, there is no confirmation whether this critical period hypothesis exists or not. But as far as I'm concerned, I guess there is a critical period hypothesis, but we will never know by which age, by what age do we have to have contact in order to be native. There are several factors surrounding related with this critical period hypothesis. The first factor is biological. It's a biological factor. We grew up when we are born. We grew up from age one, 2 years old, 3 years old, 10 years old, and 20 years old. We grew up. But also our brain also develops as we grow up, and this biological factor claims that as the brain develops the way of absorbing or getting the input in the language it's different. So think about it. When we were around like 3 years old or 2 years old, do we remember how we kind of learned the language that we speak as a native? For example, in Japanese, which is my mother tongue, first language, I don't remember how I acquired the language. I don't even remember. No, but I do remember how I learned English when I was 12 in the school. So the biological factor claims that this kind of biological difference between ages is some kind of definition or key factor. One of the key factors define the claiming the existence of critical period in acquisition of language at the native level. And also, educational factor is one of the factors according to which we might be able to say that there is a critical period hypothesis. This is more like a social factor, societal factor. But for example, in my case, I started to learn English from age 12. I remember that I remembered how I learned English like very logically. In my English classes, I had my sensei, English teacher. She taught us everything very logically. For example, a sentence like this is a pen. This is the pronoun, and is like a be verb. It is because this is a third person, not first person or second person. That's why we need to use is, not am or are, but is, and in front of a noun and a period. So this is how a sentence is constructed according to the English grammar rules. But I don't remember how I acquired Japanese, as I want to repeat. So this is an educational factor related with the educational system. The way we learn second language and the way we get the input and acquire the first language are quite different. So this is one of the factors claiming that there is a critical period hypothesis. And critical period hypothesis has a lot of various factors surrounding. So this is quite a complex thoughts on language acquisition. I talked about what the critical period hypothesis is all about, and also the factors surrounding the critical period hypothesis. And personally, as I told you, there might be some kind of period or age, very vague, but some kind of time by which we need to have contact with a certain language in order to be native. But we don't know. There must be individual difference among us. I am different, you are different, everyone is different. And also the definition of native is also very under question. So it's going to be very, very hard to define and confirm the existence of critical period hypothesis, but there might be something like this, I guess. I don't think I will be able to be a native in English or Georgian, even though I would keep learning both of the languages every day. I don't think I can be native for the rest of my life. But what I want to share with you in this video is that we might not be able to be native in languages that we start to learn from, let's say, 6 or 7 or 8. Or maybe a little bit later, I don't know. But maybe it's almost impossible, maybe, from the certain period. I guess from 10 or 11 or 12 years old, I guess. But we can do our best to get closer to the native-like levels if we did our best. Some people claim that I'm old, I cannot learn any languages, but if you have some interest, like a slight interest in a certain language, a certain culture, why not study it? And keep studying the language, learning the language every day will take you to the higher level, very gradually. So that's what I want to share with you. I guess I cannot be native even in English, but I would like to keep learning English so that I can be able to communicate with the people better, and so that I can express myself better. So what do you guys think? Do you think critical period hypothesis exists or not? And from what age, from what period, until by what age, what period do we have to have contact with the certain language in order to be native-like level? Today, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.